Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. This is Dr. Nelson Garais, your instructor for HSC 200. This is now week 4. Um, just for anybody who wants to get clarification on what is due. Of course, your discussion replies and make sure that um, that you look at some of the message that I wrote regarding on how to reply. So when you reply, make sure that you're adding to the discussion and you're adding to the data with, like, let's say you agree with somebody. Make sure that you have a 7th edition APA formatted citation that you directly refer to, okay, when you're answering. Okay, that's really important, so you can get full credit. So it is week 4, so this stuff is due, of course, by this, let's look at it. Was it Sunday the 7th at 12 midnight. Now the task, of course, is you read this WHO document, right? And then you watch some of these videos, and remember my advice on how to watch videos. Watch them piecemeal in little chunks, like 1 or 2 minutes at a time, so you can soak it in and get the main idea, and also get what you want to get out of that idea. And the task is to investigate these programs globally and how they address health promotion and disease prevention, especially in places of high poverty. Now, you can make a graphic by using a PowerPoint, or you could just be creative. You could use Microsoft Word, but try to make it like, but if you're, really not good at that, you take the 5 programs and I guess track them down on where they're located, who are the people who are trying to help, and what is their current plan. So I need to see 3 things out of these 5 programs, so 15 things in total. And the easiest way to do it is like through Microsoft PowerPoint. And let me show you. Let's look at PowerPoint. So you open up the PowerPoint, and you can you click on, and there's different types of layouts. So the first layout will be, of course, your title slide. You put what it is, HSC, was it 220 and task 4, and then add to the subtitle, 5 programs and who they serve. Then you could put your name, and you could put the date. Okay. And then you can insert or hit next slide. So new slide, and the new slide, because you could talk about the first program. And then, whatever that title may be. And then you put like who or where they serve, and you can actually put a picture. Let's say, and let's say it's like Southeast Asia. So you get a graphic from Southeast Asia. You look up somewhere on a map or something like this, like and then maybe this is the area, right? And I can take this picture, I can copy it, put it in here. Okay, and then you can actually insert text box, maybe put a little box here on a little bit of explanation. Click and drag. You can talk a little bit about here, or maybe you can move this, and and give me a call if you're not too familiar with how to use this. Okay. Ooh, look, my home country. It's where I was born. Around here, around there. So that's what you do, and I need to see 5 programs, and with those 3 concepts with each, and you could easily do that. And this is your typical way. Or if you If you want to make it even look prettier, you click on design and you're like, ooh, look, it's a little bit better, or something like that. And just to make it a little nicer, I guess. Okay. And if you need help, give me a call. So that's that. And that's for task 4. And take your little notes in between these programs, and then because poverty, chronic disease, and the lack of education, they're all obviously related. Because if you're poor, can you get, and I'm not talking United States poor, I'm talking cents a day. In my own home country, the Philippines, there's people who make, like 50 cents a day. Last report, 78% of Filipinos are under the poverty line, which means that by American standards, they are subsisting. And if there's poverty, of course, not much education, not much health promotion, and of course, chronic disease. Why do you think things like tuberculosis and HIV is so prevalent in these places? Okay, so again, 3 things. Where's the location? What particular group or groups, you can put more than one, and what is their plan? What do they want to do? For example, I was part of the World Health Organization. There were medical students working against tuberculosis. The group was called SWAT. It's changed now, but 25 years ago it was called SWAT, and they were attempting to help low-income families in major cities in Southeast Asia. And the plan was to have regular testing and regular free meds. So that's the kind of thing that you put on the slide of the PowerPoint. Or if you want, you could also do the same thing on a Microsoft Word document. Whichever way you feel most comfortable and best to get that information out. That's task 4. Now, lesson 4. Just do this Sunday. Okay. Poverty of the favelas, disaster, right? The favelas in Brazil, right? Again, low income, makeshift housing. It's on a hill. It's very precarious, especially towards weather and chronic disease. Further develop your plan to address the needs of this vulnerable. So describe the vulnerable population. Who are the people who live in the favela? Because why are they considered vulnerable? Is it just only socioeconomic? Are there crime? Is there an education problem? And what's your plan? Because remember, all your lessons, you're building the assignment. So in theory, like if you keep on doing the lessons, all at the end of the term, all you're doing is putting them all together in one big file. Okay, and you could I believe there's there's a case that you can look at, but you could just directly Google or hit up your library research databases here, which is even a better idea, to get some data and to get some answers to this. And the important documents are located in here, the course introduction. You click on start, you scroll all the way to the bottom, and then important documents, and here are the important documents. So this was the actionable plan in response to the Brazil earthquake. So there might be some things in there as well to talk about how you are to manage a healthcare program in such a tight, specific socioeconomic and geographical areas, such as the favelas in Brazil, particularly Rio de Janeiro. I believe it's Rio. And if you've ever been there, it is, if those of you who ever grew up in not so optimal places, I grew up in the Bronx, New York in the 70s. I haven't been to a favela, but I had some college friends who grew up in one, we both have the same stories. It's because it may be a different world away, but there are similarities. And knowing and understanding those similarities, especially in a low income setting and a very tight geographic location, is something to consider for, if you're getting into this kind of business. Okay, so that was lesson 4. Okay. Task 4, and answer the discussion if you haven't done so already. And all of that due by Sunday, what did I say? Sunday, November 7th by 12 midnight. All right, if there's any questions, you guys know where to contact me. My information is right here. Please text first, and please make sure to include your full name and the name of the course. Okay, every day I get stuff where I don't know who I'm talking to. So please do that favor for me. And on a public service announcement, if you have not yet registered for classes or haven't been thinking about what classes are you going to be taking next, if you don't know your academic advisor, you can also shoot me an email, give me a call, and I'll find out for you. And or maybe I'm your academic advisor, because next week we're going to start registration for term 1 2022. Starts in January 3, 2022. Happy New Year. So let's start getting this stuff rolling, and also let's try not to get away from these things, because the holiday season is going to be upon us, and I call it holidayitis, where I myself, I'm having, it's a challenge to, stay focused, especially when, you got holiday plans and family stressors and that kind of thing, and job stressors. Okay, so on that note, thank you very much, and we'll talk to you soon.